Are you a professional pillow fighter? Or a 9-to-5 low-cost time travel agent? Or maybe real estate sales on Mars is your profession? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you do, however complex or intricate, Monday.com can help you organize, orchestrate, and make it more efficient. Monday.com is the one centralized platform for everything work-related. And with Monday.com, work is just easier. Monday.com, for whatever you run. Go to Monday.com to learn more.
Thanks so much for checking out part 2 of Ed Crasnick's episode of Kill Me Now with Judy Gold. If you haven't caught part 1, go do that real quick. It's not as long as the normal shows. That's why it's a two-parter. So check that out. Check this out. Check out our sponsor this week, who is Mack Weldon, one of our favorite sponsors. I just got another package from them recently. I know you guys don't believe me when I say this stuff, but I do post pictures online. So check it out. I got my new Mack Weldon bike outfit. It's been keeping me really cool during these hot summer months, and I am digging it. It's the only bike clothes I'll get. I don't chafe, nothing like that. I miss you guys. I miss Judy over in LA. Please check out our sponsor. You can go to judygold.com/Mac. Use code KILLME, get 20% off. You're gonna love these guys. Mack Weldon is the shit. Back to Ed Crasnick and part 2 of Kill Me Now with Judy Gold.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer, so let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
All right, so you started doing stand-up in Boston. Now, did you start... you started at which club? Because there was Catch Cambridge.
I
there
took
was
a class
at
the Boston Center for Adult Education. Called stand-up comedy. There was no comedy in Boston at the time.
Really?
There was nothing.
Because they had Nick's, Kowloon's, pre everything?
Pre. I was 18 years old.
Okay.
And in my class, they had these people come through. It was hosted by Bill Downs and Paul Barkley, who owned the Comedy Connection.
Oh, I know
later.
them. Yeah.
Well, they had a class, and the idea was that you learned from people. They'd come in, and you had like 8 people who wanted to be stand-up comics or wanted to learn. And then it culminates in a 5-minute set at a new comedy club to be named later.
Okay.
We don't know what the name of it is. It was in the Charles Playhouse, and it was called the Comedy Connection.
Right.
So my teachers, the people who came in and talked to us, were Steve Sweeney, Don Gavin.
Oh, yeah.
Not Lenny Clark yet, but Bill and Paul, and then some guy, I don't know.
Stephen Wright? No.
Or Pre.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. It was around that time. I knew Stephen Wright when he started. And, But anyway, I went, and I, out of curiosity, no, I didn't want to be a stand-up. I mean, I made people laugh my whole life, but I had no, I should be a stand-up comedian. And so, so I took the class, and I did a set, and then I didn't do it again for 14, 15 years.
Wow. Did you think about it?
No. I thought more about improv, and I thought more about...
So did you work after college?
Yes. I worked at the Children's Museum in Boston. I was trained to be an exhibit planner. Yes, I was trained to be a pedophile, yes. Yes, I was in training. I didn't do well.
Right.
I had trouble with the meet and greets.
Really?
With the meet and greets,
with
ladies
the kids?
and gentlemen. No. I loved my job at the Children's Museum. It was the best job I ever had. And then I was in environmental education. I was trained in environmental education, which I never camped, so that was kind of interesting.
I hate Jews don't camp.
I know.
Except, you know what? I know 2 Jews who camp. Go. One of them's my cousin. Go.
I do too. Wait, does Glenn camp? He doesn't camp.
I can't. You know what? I'm not sharing a bathroom. First of all, I'm not shitting in the woods.
Right,
okay.
right.
I can't. And the peeing and the shitting.
That's the main thing.
That's really what it is.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you're outside and the birds.
Yeah. What good is it?
You know?
What good
great.
Is it?
And great. Here's a fire and let's all talk.
Well, that's a great camping book, isn't it? And here, it's like if you were in a scout league and it was your league, if it's like a girls, it's like the Judy Scouts.
Right.
And they say, here's a fire, let's all talk.
Right. I hated sleepaway camp, too.
Because?
They picked on me.
Okay.
I got incessantly picked on. And then I only went for 4 weeks because I would get so homesick. And I went back to the bunk when I was leaving to get something, and someone had carved in the wall, Bigfoot slept here. That is my childhood.
Judy?
Constant. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, I know.
So you start doing the stand-up.
I start doing the stand-up. My parents come. I booked myself on a tour.
This is late 80s.
Late 80s. I went out to San Francisco. I moved to San Francisco.
Right.
And I had my note cards, and one night I did an open mic night at the Other Cafe in San Francisco. It's one of the best comedy clubs in the world. Great club. So on the open mic night, this is the lineup on the open mic night. Bob Sarlott, Nora Dunn, Paula Poundstone, Jake Johansson, Dana Carvey, Robin Williams would come in and do a set later.
Henriette?
No, it was pre-Henriette.
Pre-Henriette.
I'm trying to think of who else was there, but it was amazing, top to bottom. And I went on like 14th, and I had note cards, and I actually prepared, and I did okay for the first time. And they came up to me and they said, "That's really good. That's great. You come back." And then I didn't do it again for like 6 years.
What the fuck?
What happened is I got sidetracked in my own life. Just I had a thing where I would. I didn't know that feelings were okay, so I would stuff my feelings. We had a lot of eating disorders in the family.
Wait, you had an eating disorder?
I had, yes.
So what was it?
It really wasn't. I was in the middle. My mother was bulimic. My sister was anorexic.
Yeah.
And I was sort of in the sandwich of the eating disorder. I was in the middle. So what I did is not really...
And your father was an exercise.
My father was an exercise nut. So you see and so I would, if I had a feeling, I thought there was something wrong with me.
Right.
So I would push it down with food. And I'd eat a lot of bread products.
Right. Now they had gluten problem.
Now, yes. When you go into a theater and you see a movie and you're supposed to be in school, and instead of having popcorn, you get a challah.
Oh, that's one of my on a desert island foods.
Yeah. It's the best thing in the world.
In the whole world.
Yeah,
ever.
The best comfort food.
The egg challah is delicious.
And
with the butter?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And if I were to make a beach movie, it would be called How to Stuff a Wild Emotion.
That's great.
And I will see you at the
premiere.
No, but anyway, so this is what happened. And then after a while, I started doing stand-up again, and I did it, and I passed one night. Everybody's got these stories. I know you do. I passed one night at the Holy City Zoo in San Francisco.
Yes.
It was 2:00 in the morning. I felt like I was frozen solid, and there were only 4 comics in the audience. And they said to Bob Fisher, "You should look at this guy. He's really funny." And so the 4 or 5 people sat in the audience. They were all comedians, and I did my act. And they all laughed, and that was the night I got passed.
And what year was that?
About 88 or 89.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did we meet? Did we meet in Boston?
We met originally as I moved to New York when I first started stand-up, and I saw you at Comedy U Grand.
Yes, Comedy U Grand in Soho, 55 Grand Street in Soho.
And you were fantastic, and I thought you were amazing. And I was emotionally frozen. I was in the movie Emotionally Frozen.
Oh, my God. Who'd you play?
I played Elsa.
Yeah, that's great.
And then I played the therapist, Emotionally Frozen.
So...
So I was
I was only doing it probably. I mean, the first time I did a set, it was like 82. I was in college.
Well, you were so confident, and you appeared to be so confident,
because
so
I went out every night.
Yeah,
sometimes 3-4 times a night.
Sure,
every day.
And you were amazing.
Thanks.
You were very
I just
good.
wanted to be a comic. Yeah. And I was nice to you.
You were very nice to me
good.
because I was so busy beating myself up. No one else could jump in.
And then you moved to L.A.
I moved to L.A. because I had a friend from Syracuse who I shared his room. One summer I boarded in a frat house, and he lived in the room, and he had to move out, and he kept his cologne in the room. And so he was sitting at the piano downstairs in the frat house in Syracuse, and I came down and I said, "Who the hell has their cologne in my room?" And he was playing the theme to Blazing Saddles, and I started singing the song Coming Down the Stairs. And we've been friends ever since. He moved to LA.
What kind of cologne?
Lagerfeld mostly.
Okay.
Yeah. He moved to L.A., and he became a PA at KNX with Connie Chung and Brent Musburger on the CBS Evening News.
God damn it, Connie Chung.
Exactly. Everybody Connie Chung tonight.
Yeah.
And so he, my friend Bruce, so he was there, and I came out here. Oh, God, this was a long time ago. I came out here just to hang out, and I slept on his couch, and everybody in this apartment complex was trying to get into television, whether they were a director or a writer. And so they'd all meet and talk, and I would sleep on the couch. I wouldn't even wake up. But I would hear, that everybody wanted to be involved with this home box office thing.
Right.
And so so all these people went on to have
to be on HBO.
Yeah, home box office. So it was funny, and anyway, there are a lot of stories that I can't go into, but but yeah. So eventually, I started. What I did was I moved backed up to San Francisco, and I started as a stand-up there.
Right.
And I started making a living, and I booked myself, as we all did, on a tour, but my geography wasn't so good.
Right.
So I booked myself in Boston, then Chicago, then the South, and then Boston.
That's great.
So I did that, and then I came back to Boston, and my mother was going to come out and see me, and it was at the Comedy Connection. And my mother is dressed and ready at 12 o'clock. The show's at 8.
Oh, same with my mother.
And she's dressed in what looks like, to me, an Israeli flag.
Okay.
And she looked
Blue and white!
She looked like Spock's mother from Star Trek. And she looked like the mighty T'Pau. And she was dressed in black, and she comes and she turns her back to the stage because she was so scared for me.
Right.
She was afraid to look at the stage. So we have 500 people facing one way and one woman with the Midnight Express pose facing the other way wearing the caftan. And so with the rolling pin and the thing.
Right.
And so she's facing, and the guy goes up, the MC goes up on stage and he says, I have very few goals for tonight. Really? I don't even want to make anybody laugh. Lady, my only goal is to get you
to turn around.
So she finally turns around. I go up on stage. I do okay. And I come off stage, and she says to me, because my mother was like a comedy fan, she says, you know, you were great. I thought you were terrific. Where's that guy's material? The opener. What was he doing? What was he doing out there? Yeah. So I'm like, okay. Well, anyway, that night I met my first real girlfriend.
Who?
Her name was Kelly. And
not Jewish.
Not Jewish. She came from Maine. I went to her house one day in Maine. Her father was named Captain Ben. He had removable mutton chops. And
is that true?
Absolutely true. And I came, and there was a moose over the fireplace. And the moose actually looked at me, and the antler went down, and he said, you know, she's never going to marry a Jew. And then the antler went up again. It went up, and it went down.
That's so amazing.
So that was it.
All right, so that's Kelly. You also dated my very good friend
Judy Toll.
The funniest. I'm staying with her sister right now. Joanne and I'm very close with the family. Very, very.
Why not?
But Judy Toll, and I used to stay with her on Fair Avenue. Remember she had that?
Sure.
Yes, she had the apartment on Fair Avenue, and the cats.
Buffy
and Jody.
Buffy and Jody. And one night she turned and she said, Buffy, if you don't cut it out, I'm going to smack the shit out of you.
But one of them would be like all the time, and she was like, shut up!
Yes.
She was the funniest. How did you guys end up dating?
I
wanted you guys to get married. Go ahead.
I met her. I was on Caroline's
Comedy Hour on A&E.
Rich Jenny, rest his soul, and the
can't believe it. Yeah,
I know, and he had the greatest jackets.
Right.
And so Rich Jenny and our MC for the show was
Carol
Ed
Leifer?
Koch.
Oh no!
And he said the people of New York voted me out, and now they must pay. Meaning he's going to do stand-up now. So he was very funny. But at any rate, I saw this woman go up on stage. She was beautiful. She was really fun, like deeply funny.
Oh, beyond.
And I fell in love with her. That was it.
And how long did you date?
Short time, maybe 6 months or less.
Really?
Yeah,
and how did that break up?
I don't really remember. It just sort of drifted. We were very good friends.
Yes.
But, just sort of drifted. But remained friends.
Yeah, I love her.
I loved her. And she was great because you could be yourself with her.
And they put some of her sets out on iTunes.
Ah, fantastic.
So when she do the Cabaret, it's so fucking funny.
She's a great character actress too. She's a great improviser.
And great writer and just the best friend ever.
The best friend.
Like we had to have an intervention once because Judy did stand up, and of course I do it because I'm neurotic. And Gloria and Joanne, so Joanne, her sister, is married to Gloria. And Gloria and Joanne would always come to see me do stand up and do sets, and they wouldn't go see Judy. And we had to have, it was some Italian restaurant on Ventura Boulevard. We had to have this meeting, and Judy's like, you know what? I'm your sister. And all you do is go watch Judy do set. And it was like we had this big...
That is tremendous. That's fantastic.
It was unbelievable.
Wow, I can picture that. I actually can picture that.
What you've gone to
extremes.
You've met with spiritual specialists.
Oh yeah, no.
You've really done like I meditate. I've been to CBT therapy.
Yes.
I've done every kind of therapy. Every psychiatrist, been on every medication. The meditation really helps me.
Yeah.
And exercise.
Yeah.
I have a hard time a lot in the mornings. I have a hard time. When I had a clinical depression, the morning I couldn't even talk.
So how did you what did you work on? How did you deal with that? And
I
how did you overcome it?
I did every. I went to CBT. I went to a psychiatrist. Even that half smile thing. Have you ever done the half smile?
No.
Because when you half smile, like literally just go, just a little bit of a smile.
You make your mouth do it, yeah.
It changes some chemistry in your body.
You're absolutely right.
And you just learn. I mean, I realize, mental illness. I mean, when you look at my levels of everything in my body during my depression, it's like a sick person. It was like, iron, everything. I lost some. The depression diet is very good, though.
Mm-hmm.
I was wearing a tank top.
Mm-hmm.
I could wear a tank top, no shirt over it. It was so fucking good.
Good diet. Bad disease, good diet.
Yeah. So I suffer, and now I look at it as, okay, I'm having a bad day. This is bad. Like I've had a few recently. I just am like, I'm having a hard time. And once the night, I have diurnal depression. So once the night comes, I'm fine. It's during the day that it's hard. So, but I just did all this work. I did the work.
Yeah. And
the identifying and the fear is the worst.
Yes.
Because the fear is all made up.
Everything is made up.
Everything's made up. Yeah. It's all a thought in your head. It's not reality. That's why meditation is great.
Yeah.
But do you feel Jewy at all still?
It's funny that you mention that because I feel spiritual, but not. Recently we went to this thing. It's called Sholem. It was this community where it's culturally Jewish.
Right.
It was founded by blacklisted writers and union people years ago, and so they don't have the God thing so much, and they question God,
right?
But they talk about the richness of the culture and the religion, and
you like that?
I do like it because at some point because I grew up, I went to Hebrew day school, and I grew
up Jew.
You did,
yeah.
Orthodox?
No, we were like conservadox. I mean, my mother was very religious, but we would drive to synagogue on Saturday.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't knit. Like, there were certain things she wouldn't do on a Saturday.
It's so funny how they decide what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. Like, when I had my bar mitzvah, my father decided he wasn't going to ride that day.
Oh, right, because,
And that day we can't ride, but my mother decided we were going to ride. So she and the other family members were in the car, and they were yelling at him like it was American graffiti. They were yelling, yes, like it was American graffiti of Jews.
It's hilarious.
They were yelling. So anyway, everything was. But I'm at an interesting point now because raising your kids, I want Shayna to know about the cultural aspects.
And your wife Jewish?
Yes. Well, Carol, you met her. And she not particularly religious either, although learned Yiddish at a young age.
That's great.
Her mother was a Yiddish scholar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah.
And Shayna must be so smart.
Shayna's really smart. And the great thing about Shayna is she understands concepts. Like, she really gets why something is funny. Like,
that's
she understands.
What my kids, like, all the parents used to yell at me, like, because I'd let them watch South Park at a young age, and everything. Family Guy. They're like, all these parents that are shielding from what is funny, like what's politically incorrect. Funny is you have to teach them that subversive topics are humorous.
Yes,
and it's the only way to get your point across is through humor.
Yes,
in a lot of ways.
Yes.
Hey everybody, you know I'd get myself on the show again somehow. I know y'all miss me. Actually, don't respond to that. I miss you guys. I love you guys. You don't have to say it back. If you don't know who this is Hennessy here, Judy's co-host, not the host. It's her show, obviously. And her sponsor this week is Mack Weldon. But guess what? I get to benefit from her sponsor. So rock on for me. In fact, I am washing a bunch of my sweaty ass Mack Weldon gear right now. You can go to judygold.com/Mac. If you use code KILLME, they'll give you 20% off and a money back guarantee. If you don't like the clothes, you can send them back and get your money back. You're gonna love these clothes. I use them for exercise. I use them to go out. They make me look stronger than I am, which isn't the strongest in the world. But this is not bad. They accentuate my good parts, and they don't accentuate my negative parts. You know what I mean? Men are self-conscious about their bodies too. It's good for men. It's good for women. It's good for feminine men and women. It's good for tomboys, tom girls, and everything in between. This stuff is activewear you can wear on a daily, whether you're being active or not. Check out MackWeldon.com. Take advantage of their 20% off because this is an incredible company. Really, really good price stuff, really quality clothes. They're a huge supporter of Kill Me Now and of Judy, and your support to them really helps us out. So thanks once again. Thanks for subscribing to us on iTunes, throwing us a good rating. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the rest of your episode with Ed Crasnick.
And my daughter and I, we talked about, nerves. There's this great program called Go Zen. It's this animated program for kids, and it teaches them about anxiety,
right,
and about checking your thoughts,
right,
and how to welcome things and relieve things. It's very interesting, and it's great. It's
because you
playful.
do have to acknowledge your thoughts, but then you have to label them a thought.
It's a thought.
And get rid of it.
It's a thought. But at any rate, I was going to say about Shana, and I tell this story all the time, but it's really true. I took her to a kids' comedy show. Mm-hmm. Ron Lynch was there, and some other people were there. Mm-hmm. It was called 2 Milk Minimum. And it was at this.
Get it? Instead of 2 drinks, they're going to have milk because it doesn't have alcohol in it. Go.
That's how it was explained to me on the recording.
That's hilarious.
And so I took her to. So at the end of the thing, and she's not a performery kid. Mm-hmm. She says, "Daddy, I think we should do a show." I said, "Really? What's the show?" She said, "You make mistakes and I correct you." Now, she was 8 or 7 at the time. Now, I have never expressed what a comedy team is like that. So she really understands.
That's
she can
great.
watch Albert Brooks and get why he's funny.
Sometimes when we watch The Daily Show, not as much anymore, but I would watch with Ben, my little one, because I'm really into politics and stuff like that. And then we'd watch Colbert, and I'd laugh at something, and he'd be like, he'd either ask me, he'd either say, "So that's funny because blank."
Wow.
And I'm like, "Yeah." Or he'd say, "Why do you find that so funny and not this so funny?" And it's so interesting. And he's so funny.
Yeah.
Like, he's gotten in trouble. Like, he's so charming that they're like, "Look, I love him. He's my favorite student. He's polite. He's got to stop with the jokes. And the problem is that they're funny. Like, I find the jokes funny."
The problem is that they're funny.
Yeah. It's not like he's being like, "Bah!" He's... So...
Not surprised. Not surprised.
How old's Shayna?
Shayna's 11.
11.
Yeah.
And are you going to do the bat mitzvah?
Yeah, I want to do the bat mitzvah, but we're trying to figure out, like the woman who married us, my wife and I.
That's disgusting. You had a woman?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
She's great. Her name is Naomi Levy. She writes a lot of books. She's a great storyteller.
Oh, I know her, yeah.
She's very good. And so... Yeah, oh yeah, no telling. So I wanted to see if we could get somebody like that to teach her. I want her to have a really great experience, the opposite of, what we had.
Right.
I want her to be alive and feel good.
Are you happy? Okay.
Yeah, no, I am happy. And I'm happy when I am not driving myself crazy with thoughts and holding on to fears and making up things in my head and being in the future or being in the past.
So like
never.
Every 5 minutes a day.
No, I am. I'm really
the fear about
I'm really
and also
present
like
and happy.
Because my sister was like, this company bought her company. I mean, she's been working there for 35 years or whatever. She's like, I don't know if I'm gonna have a. She's like for a month calling me. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if I'm gonna have a. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm paying my rent next month.
Yes,
you're talking to the wrong fucking person.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that thing of how simple it is, and it's so hard to believe. The other thing, I did this thing called the Sedona method, and it's a horrible name.
Right.
Because it sounds
Is it
like
in
the Andromeda
Sedona?
Strain. It started in Sedona.
Right.
It's all over the world, and it's just basically a releasing technique. It's welcoming.
Do you fart a lot in the Sedona method?
You're not allowed to there, but you can outside the tent.
What if you farted in the tent?
You try to deny that. But you can be open about everything else.
Someone say, like, he who smelt it dealt it?
They'll say, he who smelt it dealt it, and they'll say, here's a CD program that you can use to deal with that phrase. It's called
what about,
You Smelt It Dealt It seminar.
What about, did they have a he who denied it supplied it seminar?
They did, but I wasn't able to go because I was sick that day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that day
I took that one. That was good.
Was it good?
Yeah, the denied supplied. Yeah,
but it was really interesting because this happened to me. You know, in the moment, I found something that actually changed my state in the moment, which was I started obsessing and getting feeling afraid of something, and then I said to myself, "Could I just in my head? Could I? All right, now I feel afraid, but how afraid am I?"
Right.
And then I said, "I wonder if I could be more afraid." And I started asking it to do more. And then it completely dissolved.
Right.
In the moment. So it was like, oh, this really changes my state.
Right.
In the moment, and it's my choice.
Right.
Oh, I have choices.
You have control.
So that was a pretty big moment for me.
You're a very kind soul. You're gentle. You're I'm sure your daughter fucking adores you.
We have a very good relationship.
I can tell.
Yeah.
What pisses you off the most?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Judy, because I have a Torah scroll of things.
Oh, he's taking out his phone, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to take out my phone because the funny thing is that I don't express anger in a great way.
Right.
So that's the first thing on my list that pisses me off.
Right.
Is that I don't express anger in the best way.
Right.
So that pisses
what do
me
you
off
do?
about myself.
No pun intended. But how do you express anger?
A lot of times I just sit on it, and then sometimes I try to just sort of let it go. And then other times I make a case in my head. Like I'll just stack up things like an airport. I'll just stack up these thoughts of like, well, this is why this happened and this is why that happened. Then I can't be with this one and I can't be with that one.
And also, I always do, if this hadn't happened, then this wouldn't happen. Yeah. I can't fucking believe that. I know. I do the same thing.
It's like the movie Inside Out. It's like an air traffic controller is saying, you line up and you line up.
Right.
So anyway, that's something that I do. I guess another thing that I do is, and I'm doing it recently, which is I haven't done it in years, is I eat. I eat a little bit. And when I say a little bit, I mean I don't have a problem in between meals.
Right.
But when I start eating, I can't stop.
I'm exactly... I don't have any portion control.
Yeah.
I still eat like I'm training for the marathon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm big. I need this. And it's like, shut up. Like, I know in my head, I don't need all this fucking food.
Yeah.
But I just love it.
Yeah.
I go through periods. Okay,
well,
next.
It has time. So the next thing is the thing that, and I was going to say about this, that I seem to be more familiar with panic than I am with singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." And I say that because that pisses me off because it's like a made-up thing.
Right.
And it's a habit.
Right.
And I hate the habit. But I also understand why I have to have the habit. But anyway, these are personal things. But here are things.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Well, this is thing. Yeah. Well, this is another thing. This is another thing that I really enjoy. I love it how CNN, like during this whole convention thing, they are forced to all of a sudden, when they don't do it the rest of the year, snap into fair and equitable reporting for both sides, even though the other side is being run by a Nazi.
Right.
It's hysterical to me. It would be like if Hitler came back. It would be like Hitler would be sitting there and Anderson Cooper would be saying, now, Hitler appearing kind of extreme, but also, how will that play to his constituency? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
It's so fucking annoying.
You have to be fair.
This pisses me off.
Now you're going to be equitable?
He says something, like he'll say, like he said to the Gold Star family, the Khans.
Yeah.
And no one says, Donald, you don't see that you're a fucking asshole piece of shit for saying that?
Nobody says anything.
Yeah, they go, and he's and the shit, and that Paul Manafort, that like all the people around him, like they have to, and these fucking Republicans that are like, well, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Your fucking party sucks.
They made fun. This is a candidate who made fun of a disabled person.
I know, and still,
now that should be the end of the story.
That should be, and the John McCain thing.
What? But you know what he's doing? What's really interesting is that the man has to be playing a character. He has to be. Because if he felt or thought any of these things, he would be the most despicable human being on the planet.
He is the most despicable human being.
But he's playing a character. He's not. We have to. Oh, they're giving us a signal.
No, it's fine.
They said too much depression.
Go ahead.
No, but he has to be. I think you're playing a character, and this is the other thing. You have a country where people are they're in struggle. They're not conscious. They can't be awake. They're not making choices in their life. Choices are being made for them. They've given away their power. They're insulated. They're looking into their phones 24 hours a day, and they're barely paying their rent. And no, I mean, but
here's the thing.
You can't discern. A lot of people can't discern between they're angry and they need something to react upon. They don't have a lot of information coming in. And they don't have a lot of money coming in.
But here's the thing.
And they love somebody standing up and saying, this country is going to be great again.
Look, there's the whole thing with I don't trust Hillary. You don't trust any politician, first of all.
Right.
She is so overqualified for this job. It's beyond. If she was a man, none of this shit would be happening. Do you think if she was a man that Bernie Sanders, and Bernie Sanders was a woman, that they would have taken anything Bernice Sanders said? They'd be like, she's hysterical with this socialism. Right. She's hysterical.
Right.
You know, and it's like, this guy is obviously has no class. He's dumb. He's a racist. He's misogynist. He's a xenophobe. He's disgusting. He's everything everyone hates about America. And yet, the Republican, he's in my party. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Then join a different fucking team, you asshole. All right. Sorry.
Or don't vote.
All right, next.
No, but
anything else that pisses me off?
Well, that's one. That was a big one because I really can't stand that.
I just can't. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, it's all personal.
I just
new age people who have no business using the phrase "you rock."
I say "you rock" a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm not new age.
Yeah, it's new age people. It's new age people that say, it's the people that do the marketing seminars, a lot of the marketing stuff where it's a tape and it may change your life.
Right.
But you have to order the tape. I only have 5 minutes left. You want to get it at $149 or do you want it at $200?
Oh, I know.
Because if you want it at $200, and what I learned, because I started meeting a lot of these people, and although some of them had really cool things and cool techniques and tools and stuff like that, I love this attitude, and it's this one. It's if you can't afford $149 to invest in yourself.
Oh God, shut up!
Then you obviously are not ready to change your life.
Right.
I love that.
There's such
that makes me so angry. See, the thing is,
but see now you're old enough to call them. Do you call them on it?
Oh, absolutely.
Like I go, what the.
You have 10 million of these things. Give it to me for $14. Right now.
You could give it to me now.
Yeah.
And it would for nothing.
Yes, you could. How much money do you need? It's this kind of mentality, because my thing is, if somebody needs help.
And if you're such a good person, why are you ripping people off?
And if somebody needs help, how about you give them the thing?
Well, it's like healthcare.
And then have them pay it forward.
Right.
And then say, oh, you had a good experience.
Right.
And you were helped by this. No, I have to charge you. You're not ready.
Right.
See, you're not ready.
Oh, okay. Thanks for putting me down and acting like you're so much fucking better than me.
If you ever want, like, I talked to this guy once, and there was like an herb thing that you could have, and it's good for you. And it's a product that they're selling. So this guy had all these samples, and I was saying, why don't I promote these things for you?
Right.
But in the meantime, maybe we could work out something where I could bring you clients, and I could try it. And he was like, yeah, you're not ready. See, that's the thing. You need to be ready.
Go fuck yourself. And they all turn out to be fucking bullshit loser fuckheads.
Yeah, they've hijacked, just like the Republican Party has been hijacked by people, the Trump supporters. They hijack the human potential movement.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I ask every one of my guests this question.
Yes.
because he, I'm on a lot of meds. I've actually cut down a lot.
Okay.
Are you on any antidepressants?
I am.
Yes.
I want to get off.
Right. We all want to get off. What are you
the
on?
world. I want to get off.
What are you on?
It's not doing anything for me. I'm on Wellbutrin.
Oh, me too. How much?
300 milligrams a day.
Okay.
I'm on Rootin' Wellbutrin.
Yeah.
And
you rock. Yeah. And
thank you. And so
that's it.
Yes, I'm coming up with a new antidepressant mouthwash. It's called Moodament. And I have Rootin' Tootin' Wellbutrin as my flavor.
Right.
Rootin' Tootin' Wellbutrin.
Wait, that's all you're on is Wellbutrin?
Yeah, I'm just on Wellbutrin.
Oh.
I've tried other things. I
do a little combo.
Rain. What do you do?
I do the Wellbutrin Paxil combo, and I'm done with any panic at all, period.
Really?
Yes. A little bit of Paxil.
And they leveled everything out.
They leveled it all out.
And it works for you.
Right.
You notice a big change.
Little bit of Wellbutrin, little bit of Paxil.
No side effects.
I'm fat, but Wellbutrin's not a fat thing.
No.
I've been on ones where the sexual side effects are like, you're like, wait, I'm having no, I am? No, I'm not, wait, I think I'm wait, no, it's like the worst.
Yeah. There's a lot of, now recently, this is not an antidepressant thing, but recently I went to a dentist and they gave me a drug where they literally said, take this, it's an anti-inflammatory. Mm-hmm. I took it and all of a sudden my stomach was like killing me and I went to the doctor. The doctor said, oh yeah, you're starting to develop an ulcer due to this medication that you were given. And then I read in the fine print like a little tiny line, and it says, may cause in 1% or 2% of the people. Yeah, exactly. That's the feeling.
I hate that thing, that suck your fucking saliva, get it caught under your tongue.
There ought to be a law.
What is that shit?
It's a bunch of shit. Is what it is.
Wow. So
look at how I get angry.
You get
look
the 1%.
Look at the difference between the two of us and getting angry.
I don't get that suck the I'd rather drool than have that fucking thing sucking the saliva out of my fucking mouth.
It's barbaric. It's crazy. Yeah, but I have that. But I really do want to get off of it. My problem is that I react to like any little change.
I know.
And so I have a change.
You know what though? It's like.
I'm going to get off.
But you don't put. I've gone down, and I'll stay like this for a year or so, and then I'll go down a little more, or 6 months, or 8 months.
Gradual.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've definitely cut down a lot. I'm going to let this work itself through.
But you're doing a lot of meditation. You're doing a lot of other things.
I do
which
my
is
meditation,
good for your
yes.
for
and
your
when
brain chemistry.
When I work, I'm in much better shape. When I'm sitting around looking for work. I mean, thank God I have kids. I do have this empty nest fear, and it's not. And Ben's a sophomore in high school. I mean, it's like, and Henry's already in college, and I'm like, what am I going to do? And meanwhile, I thought Henry would go to college. I'd never talk to him again. We talk to each other like 10 times a day. He FaceTime. It's like.
It's like the sucking. Yeah. You have a great relationship. I mean, the fact that he calls you 10 times a day from college is pretty cool.
Oh, please, it's mental.
It's mental. All right.
Listen
now. There's a lot to do. You see, the thing is, we haven't seen each other a long time.
I know.
Or talked a long time, so we have a lot to say, and some of it is,
it's all fascinating,
very, very personal. I don't know.
I think now. Do you think Shayna has anxiety or anything?
I think Shayna has. Shayna's very aware of what's going on with her, which will help her. She's aware of that sound. She is. She'll walk in the morning and she'll say, I'll say, well, good morning to you. And she'll yeah. But anyway, no. But Shayna's doing some. Shayna's very aware. And she's learning about things like meditation, learning about things that
they do, like yoga at camp
yoga.
and stuff.
She loves yoga.
I can't do it by knees.
That's okay. She does a headstand every day. Every day she comes out and does a handstand, like against the wall.
That's good.
Yeah, I can't. I have a trainer who just now who's training me, and he's doing stuff with me like that's crazy. And I'm learning that I have to breathe when I exercise.
Oh, you have to breathe, and you have to tighten your stomach muscles.
Core. Core values.
Core. Hello, Core.
Hello, Core.
Hello, Core. How can I help you?
Listen, I'm having trouble tightening my stomach. Yeah.
Please hold.
Core values. You got to work with your core. I can't believe you're an athlete. You have all this athletic stuff.
Well, but I haven't. I've had to change. Okay. I mean, I can't run anymore. I ride my bike everywhere in New York. No, I do. Yeah, I love being outside. I love to play. That's the thing. I love to play. I think it's really important to play outside. Yeah. So my kids, we all play outside.
Let me ask you the one thing. How's your mental state as far as relationships? Do you believe that you can be in love again?
I just or burped.
Are you?
It's amazing that yes, I do believe that. My girlfriend and I definitely am in love with my girlfriend. Great. I love her, and I love having sex with her, and I love her. All right, we're wrapping it up. Right when we're getting off anyway. We were ending it anyway. But I was talking about sex, and then you're like, wrap it up.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
no, I did. I know. And the fact is that I know a lot of people are in relationships and are in families, and they're not in love. But I think that I've been in that kind of relationship. It's not worth it.
Good.
But you can re-fall in love with someone.
Maybe it'll be your dentist.
And you can floss. Ed Crasnick, I love you.
Judy, I love you.
Thank you for doing the show. Where can people find you on Twitter?
At Ed Crasnick, EDCRASNICK. At Ed Crasnick.
And what about anything else?
Well, just the Self-Help Comedy Hour.
Yes,
is heard on Dash Radio.
Dash.
And it's each and every...
Not Gash, because that's a female station.
Different station. Not out of my demo, apparently. But no, you can hear on that. And you're going to hear a lot of other things very soon. We're going to start doing the show live again, too.
Oh, good. I'm going to be on. Yes, I'm on.
You would go nuts.
Ed, will you come back?
Yes.
Okay.
Anytime.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a very special edition of Kill Me Now with the incredible Ed Crasnick. I'm Judy Gold at JEWDYGOLD. Thank you for listening. Lauren will be back soon. Don't worry.
Get that phone.
Wait, hold on my phone. No, I'm kidding. And thank you all for listening to Kill Me Now. So long!
And everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.